I want to fix all of these projects. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel maanknitwear. My name is Umbriel and it is the first Monday of the year, so it's time to do something productive. I want to take some time to fix these projects so I can finally start wearing them, because there's some of these that I don't wear. There's some of these that I have loved a little bit too much that need some repairing. So I just want to take you along in this first week of January to see if I can fix up these projects. The first one is this lovely shirt. A lovely t-shirt, a tee. It is the Friday tee by PetiteKnit that I have knitted not last summer but the summer before, so it's summer of 2023, and I was so happy when I finished it. It is beautiful, just wonderful, but once I blocked it and then wore it, it was like, it just was sagging down basically, and the armholes got too big. The problem was that I was playing yarn chicken as I was knitting it, so I kept the sleeves extremely short, and it feels really awkward because you can really see into my armpit, and it's really like holy, like yeah, I don't know how else to say it, but like you can really, yeah, I'll put in a little try-on clip so you can see. But I was playing yarn chicken because I only had a little bit left of this main color yarn, which was a Knitting for Olive merino, and I only had 750 meters, and this project for my size asked for a lot more. I just played major yarn chicken. I still have the contrast color left. That's a sock yarn from Stranded Dye Works, so I have enough of that. But what I want to do is I want to add length to the sleeves, and I'm not going to do that with this. I'm going to do that with the original project that I am going to frog. And you might be like, no, don't do it. But I never wear this top. So I usually don't frog my knits, but this one I'm going to frog. There's a couple of things with it. It's really short, like extremely short, and when I block it I can stretch it out, but once I wear it, it just shrinks back. And it has spaghetti straps, and I don't really feel super comfortable in spaghetti straps, so I want to frog this top. It is the Auguste, I think it's the Auguste camisole by Colibri by Johanna, and that is the first task, to frog this top so I can finish my Friday tee. So that's project number 1. Then project number 2 is a very loved pair of socks. These are the Joji Locatelli Riverbed socks from the 52 Weeks of Socks book. They're actually on the front page of it, like on the cover. But there is some holes at the back, and there's this little strand of silk that is holding it together. So there's the one heel. I think the other one is even worse. No, this is the worst one, the first one I showed you. But I need to fix that. And the thing was, I used a sock yarn for this, which was 100% wool. And I asked the person who provided, like who I bought it from, if it was going to be like, if it was going to hold up. And she said, yeah, of course. It's like, it's sock yarn. And I said, but there's no nylon or anything in it to reinforce it. And she reassured me that it was okay. So I trusted that. But then I decided to hold it with 2 strands of mohair throughout to bring a little bit more structure. And even with that, it like, yeah, just this is the inside. Yeah, it really just started to wear out there at the heel. So my plan is to use actual sock yarn. This brown kind of blends in the most, not really, but the most of what I have. And it's just underneath my heel. And then I'm going to hold it together with one of the mohairs that I still have. Because I think I do have the gray. I still have the gray mohair that I used for this sock. So I'm going to use the gray mohair together with this and really just patch the heel. And it's going to be a little tricky because the stitches are kind of like hard to find because of the mohair that I used. So we're going to see how that goes, and I'll check if there's other spots that need some reinforcing too before it's like almost too late. But these are my favorite socks to wear to bed. They're so comfy, and knit yourself a pair of mohair socks. I have another project, another sock project. And that is this pair, which is also from the 52 Weeks of Socks book. And I made, of both of these, I made a video. But these are the Lempi socks. And I did a ergonomic toe, and I don't really like it. I also don't really like this neon tip. I just ran out of this yarn that I wanted to use for the toe. But I have enough yarn of this left. So my plan is to take it out. So pick up the stitches before I started the decreases. And then add in my main color for both of these. So that should be a pretty simple project to do. And then finally, I have this sweater that I freehanded for my boyfriend. So I made the color work on it. This was a birthday gift a few years ago, but there's just like a couple strands hanging out. It just needs some love and attention. And I want to give it a good shave. And also, one thing that is kind of something I need to figure out is that where I picked up stitches for the arms, for the sleeves, it really pulled on the picked up stitches, so you can see the picked up stitch really well. So the striping kind of goes in the sleeve, and I kind of want to see if I can reinforce that in some way. So I kind of want to see, this is the inside, I kind of want to see if I can like maybe crochet along this so it will be a little bit more structured. And I want to do the same thing around this neckline, because when my boyfriend wears this, I often feel like it's kind of holy where I picked up stitches. So I think I'll just do it with like crocheting, like slip stitching. But those are the projects I want to work on this week. So let's just get started with frogging. That's the scariest thing. So let's just start with frogging, or maybe let's just start with the socks so I have the smallest thing finished. That will feel good. I'll start there. All right. These are both done, so that's one project this day, so that's good. Yay! I'll block them straight away, and I'll work on a different project tonight, but then this week I will have 4 projects that I will be happy with again. Feels so good. The socks are done. And now it's time to do this one. So there's a few things. So I want to elongate the sleeves for sure. It's also a little wider than I wanted it to be, but I'm not going to do anything about that. But I am going to put some elastic in the neckline. It is double folded, so I can definitely put some elastic in. I think that would help a lot too, because then it will all be cinched up a lot more. And yeah, so first step is frogging the top, which is kind of crazy, and I hope it works because it's kind of felted in spots, but I'll see. I don't need that much. Now, it's just such a shame that I don't really wear this, so I should use the yarn for something that I will wear. So let's start frogging. I got a cake of yarn. So all I have left is some like little felted little thingy, and I got this left. It's like started to break. Like this was the final little like yeah, cup, I suppose, or something. And I have my I-cords left that I'm not gonna take out. That's okay. So this is all the waste that I have, and some like other little thingies that flew off the yarn, but it was going pretty well. There was some felting, so it was hard in some spots, but it's pretty good. And here is my cake. So this should be around somewhere between like 500 and 700 meters. I don't remember exactly how much yarn I used, but I think it was like, yeah, somewhere between that. So this will for sure be more than enough than what I need for the t-shirt, but it also feels good to frog something that I don't use, so I can use the yarn for something else. I am not going to wash it. I'm just gonna knit from this. It's not like I have to do a lot. It's just a little bit of the sleeve, and I think we'll be okay. Also, I think my gauge got a little tighter, so if I use the same needle, I think it will be good. So, got the yarn. I think I will first work on the other socks, do some mending, because this is something I can do on the couch, and now I'm standing up and doing stuff, so I'm gonna do that first. Okay, this is harder than I thought. I finished the first one, and the second one is going a little bit better, but I'm basically just doing duplicate stitching and just going back and forth, but I have never done duplicate stitching before, so it's kind of hard, but I don't really mind that it looks messy because it's like literally on the bottom of my foot. And here you see the inside. So the inside is all stockinette, and then the outside is like pearl bumps. And the pearl bump side is a little messy, but it's okay. This is like doesn't have to be pretty mending, and it's nice to practice this. And I think this new yarn combination is a little bit better. So I'm using this, I think it was Life in the Long Grass with yak. And also it's a sock yarn. And then a little bit of mohair silk. So yeah, it's harder though than I thought. Yeah, I for sure made some mistakes, but it's sturdy, and that's the point. So pretty good. I'm just I have a few more rows to go for the second sock, and then I'm gonna wash them, weave in the ends, and yeah, then the socks are fully done. Now that these are done, I still need to weave in ends. It also went so much better at the end, like after I said it wasn't going so well. So I think I learned how to do it. So that's great. I am someone who doesn't want to look up how to do things. And instead I just want to figure it out myself. But anyway, I am going to crochet along the neckline and the armholes for this sweater. So see how open it is now. I want to cinch it in a little bit. So I have some left over from when I knitted this sweater, and I'm gonna crochet with this yarn around the neckline. So that will be next. And then after that, the only thing to do is to do that t-shirt, because that's the most like knitting time, I suppose. So yay! So here's the sleeve where I haven't done it yet, and you can really see that these loops are all coming out. And then I did this one already, and then here it is a lot neater. So the loops from here are not coming out anymore because I put all that crocheted, a whole line of crocheting inside. So I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. All this is just a whole line of slip stitches. So I just did slip stitches. Here's my pickup for my sleeves, the white loops, and then in gray, this is the crocheted slip stitches that I just did to reinforce, to make it a little bit more sturdy. And it didn't change the, like, it's still big enough. So. I have picked up my sleeve and it's going well. I just used the stuff that I frogged and I put in one repeat already, and the stuff that I frogged for the little stripe is super coily. I think I'll just add this in my magic knot ball. So I'm just leaving that to the side. I'm just knitting from the yarn that I left. But I just added in my enormous cake. That was my camisole. And here you can see a piece that's flatter. That's where I joined it. But spit splicing. And now I am knitting. I have to do 11 centimeters underneath the, like, measured from the armpit. So it will be pretty long. But I think I'll go for that because last time I made a really short sleeve and I didn't like that. So I think I'll just do what the pattern says to do. But I think the cuff for the sleeve is also in 3mm needles. That's the needles that I'm using. But I think I'll go down to 2.5 just to make sure that the sleeve is cinched and it doesn't like do the same thing as it did. I was also thinking if when I finish this sleeve, I'll try it on and show you. Then you can really see the difference between the sleeve that I didn't like and this sleeve. And yeah, I already said that, but I'm gonna add in some elastic in the neckband. So that's the plan. So I just have to keep knitting. This is definitely the biggest project out of the 4, and the other things are all done. So it's really just this that I want to do. And yeah, I think it will go pretty fast. So welcome in my bathroom. As you can see here, this is the sleeve I'm working on, and then on this side you have the sleeve that is like that I didn't like with the big armhole opening. So yeah, I don't really like that part, and this is a lot better. I do still think it's gonna be kind of big. Like that was another thing I didn't really like, but maybe I can try to put it in the dryer for a bit. That would be kind of scary to do, but I'll see. And I think if like right now this is sagging down a lot, so if I put on in some elastic, it will change the look a lot too. But I just wanted to show you the difference between the one side and the other side. Yeah, because I'm close to finishing this side, so then I'll go to the other side, pick up the stitches there. And yeah, I did 5 extra stripes of the contrasting color for the, or not extra, but in total, I did 5, like since the armhole, I did 5 stripes of the contrasting color. And now I'm working on the rib in 2.5mm needles. So I will continue that and then pick up these stitches and then get this finished soon. Hello, I'm wearing the t-shirt. Here it is. Ta-da! I'm super happy with it. I blocked it yesterday, so now it all looks similar because you can really tell where I had just made the new sleeve, so where the new knitting was. But I love it. It's so good. It's yeah, I didn't do anything. Oops. I didn't do anything for the length. So the length is the same, but the length was good. So yeah, and I tuck it in because it's kind of cold. So yeah, so I didn't do anything for the length, but I did put elastic in here. It's kind of tight, but it's kind of good too at the same time. And then the sleeves are done, and now they're just perfect. So they're exactly what I want. And now I want another one of these because it's awesome. But it took so long to knit because it's fingering weight. But it is lovely. So this is the shirt, the tee, the Friday tee that I finished. And then I also have everything else finished. So let's start with this one. So I made sure that this is a little tighter. My boyfriend hasn't worn it yet, and I also made the sleeves tighter, and he says it's a little, it feels a little too tight, but I think he's just not used to it, to be honest. I think it will be fine, and also it will stretch out a little bit. I just crocheted on the inside everywhere. Let's see if I can show you. I know I showed it before. Yeah, you can't even tell. But I did crochet along all of those three. So that's the sweater. And then both socks are washed and blocked. So here, this is the sock that I didn't do such a great job on. And then this one I did a really good job on. You can barely see. So that one's really good. So I'm happy with that. And these are my favorite socks to wear in bed because they're so nice. I really recommend making a pair of mohair socks, and I'm actually knitting a second pair of mohair socks. And then here is the socks that I started with, the Lempi socks. So these were Riverbed, and this is Lempi, both from 52 Weeks of Socks, Volume 1. So, and here's Lempi socks, and I weaved in all the ends and I blocked them, washed them. So now I have two good pairs again that I can continue to use. So that feels great. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.